You've played Monopoly with me before, and you know that when I get these properties, I'm looking at you, and I'm about to squeeze you for everything you got. I'm about to squeeze you for everything you got. And that's what's going on right now with Terrence Crawford. You want to come over here? Yeah, I kind of need you. We kind of need to make a trade, but who needs who more? And until you recognize that you need me more and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get over here and get these fights, then it's not going to happen. And I think that that's what's happening right now. And I'm not saying that AH is actually squeezing and making it so that he feels vulnerable and has to come over, but he's like, hey, listen, I got a room full of buddies. You know what I mean? I don't need any more buddies. I wouldn't mind that buddy, but I don't need any more. And so because I don't need any more, I'm gonna continue to move the way we move and get down the way we get down. It's still big fights to be had right here. And if you're not willing to get down with us, I'm not gonna come looking for you. I'll wait for you to come looking for me.
Hey, what's going on? Nice try, Sean. Now, that was what you call, like, admitting, sort of like telling on yourself. You know what I'm saying? For real. Implicating yourself, implicating somebody else. Why would you use the initials AH? We know who Al Heyman is, man. Come on, man. But listen to that video closely. See, this is what a lot of dudes, this is why some people in, a certain circle don't like what I have to say. This is why some people get mad at me, because I'm trying to be objective. Because like I said, I'm not worried about promotional companies like a lot of these other clowns is, and these dudes that come on your channel that's in the comment section talking about, oh, this dude need to do this. Like I said, once again, this don't excuse the fact that you got a freeze out going on. Now, Sean just admitted in that video that basically Bud has pretty much been frozen out, from big fights. As I said before, Al Heyman don't really want to do business with Bob Arum. He does not want to do business. He does not want to make Spence versus Crawford. Not as long as Crawford is with Top Rank. And like I said, at the end of the day, you guys are trying to play promoter and all that kind of stuff. Instead of us pushing for fights, I don't care what's going on with Terrence Crawford and Bob Arum. That still don't take away from the fact that Al is robbing us up marquee fights that we would like to see. Y'all ain't no better than Top Rank, who was doing the same thing when they was making all these in-house fights. Because y'all was the same ones before I got on YouTube that was crying about Bob Arum making just in-house fights, but then you pretty much got the PBC doing the same damn thing. So I'm supposed to give Al Heyman a pass because he black and he robbing the fans of great fights that we should see just because he have a history with Bob Arum. Sometimes you got to put stuff to the side. And it's showing me that, once again, what I've been saying, that people don't care about the fans. They worried about vendettas. They worried about trying to make power moves and talking about chess and checkers and all that kind of stuff. Because like I told you, I'm not no Al Heyman nut hugger like some of these other dudes. And I done told y'all, if y'all want to hear people sucking up to Al Heyman and the PBC, you know who those guys are. Go listen to their channel. If you want to hear all that Al Heyman butt kissing, you know who those dudes are. For real. I done made it very clear. I don't mess with a lot of those dudes too. And I'm just keeping it 100. I don't care who they say they affiliated with, because I know what they doing. They not calling it right down the middle. They not worried about boxing. They worried about sucking up to somebody. And I'm not giving Al Heyman a pass for what he's doing, because he's interfering with some big fights being made. And to me, he messing with people's money too. Now, he pretty much admitted that they have frozen Terrence Crawford out. That came out of Sean Porter's mouth, which I told you that was going on in the first place, but y'all don't want to listen because y'all too busy going to those bigger outlets where they basically feeding you guys BS. And they okay with it. At the end of the day, despite what you think People, just because somebody is not signed to your company, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be trying to make fights. I just want fights to be made. As I told you before, don't nobody run my channel. And I said this before and I'll say this again. I don't follow no script. I don't say what everybody want me to say. I'ma always be my own man first. I'ma always be town business, sports and entertainment before I'm anything else. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I want to keep telling y'all the truth. Now, this came out of Sean Porter's mouth. He the one talking about playing Monopoly and all that kind of stuff. That came out of his mouth. That's the admission of what's been going on for years, what I've been trying to tell you. I already told you who really the reason why we haven't got Spence versus Crawford. But y'all don't want to hear it. I know it's cool. You go to those other channels and they talked about this propaganda, about, this and that, and they try to make it look like this person is doing this and they get on here, trying to make fun of somebody. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I mean by you got fake Hotep and fake pro-black dudes on here because they want to play the pro-black when it's convenient. Now, all of a sudden, Errol Spence said what he said about Vlad. And I think Errol Spence is sincere. I don't think it's a PR move. But at the end of the day, once again, you've shown Errol Spence, you show some inconsistency. Okay, that's cool. You don't want to mess with DJ Vlad. I commend you on that. But nevertheless, you still haven't called out Jerry Jones. And you doing business with Jerry Jones, and we already know what Jerry Jones is. But once again, you still are fighting in Jerry Jones facilities and stuff. Because we know what Jerry Jones did, and we know what type of person Jerry Jones is. We know that man's a racist and a white supremacist. But, you don't want to call him out because you doing business, right? But like I said, every time I look around, y'all got something to say about the other white man. So once again, to you fake pro-black Negroes, be consistent with it. Has Top Rank done some suspect racist stuff? Absolutely. If you got a so-called blacklist where there's certain black fighters you don't want to put your non-black fighters in the ring with, that's flat out that's racist. So I'm just keeping it 100. It got to be said. It got to be said. I told you, I don't give nobody no pass. I really don't. And why should I? Do you want people to be objective, or do you want people to say what you want to hear? I got to say this again. Al Heyman is not a god, and Bob Arum is definitely not a god, and Oscar De La Hoya is not a god, and Eddie Hearn is not a god. I know Eddie Hearn talks like he's a god because, he had that white man complex. But he isn't. Like I said before, do you guys want the best fight and the best? Because like I said before, you got a lot of foolishness going on and a lot of clown stuff going on. And then at the same time, you got a lot of these fighters that think they slick and think they can manipulate you and stuff into, doing certain type of journalists they want you to do. And they think because they cool with you and they call you on the phone that you can't say certain stuff. Well, I'm saying it right now. Sean all but admitted that that's what Al Heyman been doing. And once again, like I said, if you can't get these promotional companies to work together to make certain fights because, I don't want this dude to get no money. I want all the money to come to me. Once again, you don't care about the fans. And you don't care about the best fights get made. So, like I said, I know people going to listen to this and they going to be mad at me. But once again, do you think I give rat's ass? I'm at this point, like I said, I know what I'm up against. And like I said, sometimes, like I said, the people that's supposed to be down for you, they the ones that's actually trying to harm you. Or they against certain things happening and they against the betterment and being better. They just against, progression. For real. And that's why we in the hole that we are in now. And that's why it's going to continue to be that way. So, you know, I'm just presenting the BS to you. Now I know somebody gonna try to talk their way around this and say, but like I said, it don't matter what's going on with Bud and Bob Arum. That's between them. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that these fights need to be made. We always hearing about call this dude, call that dude. Like I said before, he pretty much admitted that, oh, well, I'm not gonna extend my hand to him. He need to come here. Like I said, to be honest with you, what's going on here is like corner boy stuff. It's sort of like, you got two rival gangs. You got one that may be more popping than the other one. You got a couple of dudes on this side, a few more people on the other side. But the other side seem to be popping a little bit more. The other corner seem to be popping a little bit more. They get more money. They doing this, they doing that. Then you got the other dudes on the opposite side. They get money. They doing their thing. But then basically what you have is, just in the streets. Like where dudes say, hey, you guys can do your thing. You guys can post here. You guys can trap here. But you got to buy it from us. Trust me, I done been through all that stuff. I done lived that stuff where, okay, you guys can post here. You can do your thing. You can, you can, you can do you can do your activities here. But as long as we supplying you, it's all good. But if you getting it from somewhere else, then we don't want you here. And we gonna do whatever it takes to keep you from getting your money. If you ain't if you ain't buying with us. So you should understand that for you ex corner boys or current corner boys. But that's what's going on. That's some straight corner boy shit. Anyway, this your boy Town Biz. I'm out.